Okay, greetings, brothers and sisters. This is sort of Hollywood celebrities dropping like flies, the new sort of Hollywood celebrities dropping like flies. I'm probably not going to put this video out. Today's Sunday, October 1st, but I'll probably get it out early tomorrow morning. I worked a lot today on my Journey series stuff, plus it's, a Sunday. But anyways, let's get to it here. California will pay people to not own a car. Under a bill passed earlier this year, low-income residents who don't own a car will receive $1,000 of refundable tax credit. To qualify, a single state tax filer has to earn $40,000 or less, or joint filers up to $60,000. So they're saying that people under $40,000 or $60,000 as a couple will get $1,000 tax credit for not owning a car. It doesn't seem worth it because, in LA, this is what's happening. So this is the future of food. This is a 3D printer, and they're going to print your meat.
Your steak could soon be 3D printed. That's if you live in Europe. Israeli company Redefine
Okay, that's
Meat
not
has
steak. It looks like plastic.
struck a partnership with importer Geraldi Meats to drive European distribution of its new meat steak cuts. The startup is hoping to establish its products as an alternative to conventionally produced meat.
Yeah, really? So we're going?
Redefine Meat operates large-scale meat printers at its Rehovot headquarters south of Tel Aviv, as well as in a new factory in the Netherlands. Manager of the company's 3D printers project, Yaron Escher.
Okay, this is gross. I mean, who wants to eat that? So here's a giant skeleton. They have these big skeletons now. One of the people when my and I go to the chiropractor, there's somebody has two of these on their front yard. They're about 15 foot tall. I don't like decorations of this kind or any of these types of things, but I wouldn't mind having a giant skeleton because, there were giants, and it's kind of impressive to see a 15-foot human being skeleton. There's that. So this was kind of interesting. This is Joe Fetterman.
And guess what? Then that bridge was rebuilt less than a year, well in front of time. And again, and now I'm standing next to the president again, next to a collapsed bridge here. And he is here to commit to work with the governor and the delegation to make sure that we get this fixed quick, fast as well too. This is a president that is committed to infrastructure. Yeah, and then on top of that, the Joel, kind of a law of the inflation bill that is going to make sure that there's going to be bridges all across like this, all across America getting rebuilt.
You can see how Joe Biden is actually better than Fetterman. Back when he was, Fetterman's gotten a little bit better. I think he's more relaxed now on whatever stroke issues. But wowza, right? I mean, Joe Biden doesn't even have gaffes that bad. This just in, whale capsizes boat, leaving one person dead, another injured in an absolute freak accident, officials say. 15-foot boat capsized off of Sydney, Australia. Looks like a killer whale. And this guy's, I don't know if that's the same, this guy's snorkeling. But there comes a killer whale underneath the guy or over by him. And so a breaching whale Saturday capsized a 15-foot boat off the coast of Australia. The two men were fishing, were rescued, but one was unresponsive and was confirmed dead, and attempts failed. I don't know when it was, what type of whale it was. But, things are getting reals out there. New Oppenheimer's Los Alamos lab is refurbishing America's aging nuclear arsenal. Staff must wear 7 pairs of gloves and fix a broken watch before they're let loose on the warheads. And our warned president will be told of their mistakes within minutes. That's a headline and a half, right? You know, all these things were eventually going to wear down. Things are going to rust, and they're going to have issues. Um, so yeah, Toby Keith authors health update as People Choice Awards after cancer diagnosis. Wow, the guy looks bad. You just have to dig in. He's got the turbo cancer. He's lost a lot of weight, that guy. Boo! Fatigue is real and is affecting more people than you know. This is a USA or Microsoft article. Nowadays, an increasing number of people are trying to delay or completely do away with fatigue. A new survey conducted by the Abacus Data on behalf of the Canadian Pharmacists Association showing alarming levels of people's unwillingness to get bloop against respiratory issues owing to fatigue. Of course there is. People are over this thing, right? Chicago is keeping hundreds of migrants at airports while waiting on shelters and tents. So that's not good. This one, I think my dog is broken. Boy, that's unpleasant. How would you like to have that in your life? Okay, continuing on here on my other toolbar. Wayne Brady feels lighter after coming out as pansexual. I'm not hiding anything now, so now I can approach you in the way I never have. Let's make a deal. Good for you, Wayne. Arrest in Tupac Shakur murder case follows decades of conspiracies. So this seems odd. You know, let's just watch this person talk about it. The death of Tupac Shakur after a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas remained a high-profile cold case for almost 30 years, stoking rap rivalry, conspiracies, and media coverage around who would want the influential hip-hop star and actor dead. The arrest of suspect Dwayne Keith Davis, one of four people thought to have been in the white Cadillac that pursued Shakur on September 7th, 1996. There was a time when Jussie Smollett said that he was the gay Tupac. And so somebody said, well, Tupac was the gay Tupac. And he sent a video of Tupac when he was in high school. And he was very effeminate, really effeminate. A lot of these rappers are actually gay actors who act like tough guys. I mean, it seems, you know, especially like the gangster ones.
I was funny. Being a kid, like my little cousin, Hiroji, he's 3, and everything to him is happy. The only thing that makes him unhappy is when things are over, when you turn something off, and when the television goes off, when it's time to go to bed, or when he has to come in the house. Everything is over. That's bad, you know. And when you're an adult, when something...
So if you didn't know who this person was, you would assume that he might be gay, right? Or be bisexual or something. Very effeminate. You wouldn't think of him as a gangster rapper.
When it's over, that's like, it's the opposite, you know. When it's over, it's good, you know. I'm off work, it's over. You know, vacation, it's over. Oh, God, she's out of the house. My children in college, it's over. Oh, my God. And so it's that difference. And children see things so great. If the world can... What happens is that adults complicate things, and children don't.
So he was not a tough gang member here, right? Very soft, somewhat effeminate. The look in his eyes, his hairdo.
It's simple as this. The sky is blue. And adults, when they go, the sky is blue. Why is it blue? Because birds and bees and everything wasn't meant to be analyzed. And that's where a lot of problems came in, I think. And that's where I think kids are happier. Kids are definitely happier and more relaxed than adults.
Do you think if parents or adults had happier childhoods, they would be better off when they grow up? I mean, like a lot of people say, if you have a troubled childhood, you lack self-esteem when you grow up.
No, actually, I think Well, okay, from my mother's point. Well,
Okay, so you get the idea here. So this is something Tupac said in 1993. I wouldn't call myself bisexual, but some men are sexy. I've experimented with men sexually, but I'm not gay. I'm still gangsta and still have still a real MC. What does it matter? And this is maybe possibly part of that experiment. I don't know if this is a real quote, but that's a real picture. So there's lots of weird stuff going on, and they finally got Tupac's murderer or whatever. So I'm in the editing process. I looked up the quote. It only appears with this post on Facebook. There's no other reference to it. There's no debunking it. There's no anything else. So I assume that the quote is made up, at least, or it's been scrubbed. But there's lots of evidence that Tupac was bisexual or something, right? He wasn't what he pretended to be. Like the tough gangster rapper stuff was an act, right? Which and then all this stuff with his murder and all the rest of it. Britney Spears slams joke of a police wellness checkup after dancing with knives. It's just so weird, a picture. And she wrote on Instagram, there she is, ballerina knives on the feet. So unacceptable for cops to listen to random fans and come into my home unwarranted. Jesus Christ. Can I make calls and make others feel threatened in your home? The officers came in my home and said they would not leave until they spoke to me, as people did 4-minute performances with knives. I am getting an apology. I've been bullied in my home for so long. It's enough. I guess she's talking about her ex-husband. Don't talk about it. Come on, let's do. As my mom does a silent treatment when Pops asks questions about her own daughter as if I'm in the wrong. Nope, it's an old game. People need to be responsible for their actions. It's about power for cops. What makes for a believable fake Hollywood romance? 2 willing participants and great paparazzi on speed dial, experts say. This looks like so fake. She showed up at the Jets game again. Everything about her is kind of fake, and she's a little bit dudeish or whatever. We'll come back to that in a moment. So this is Lil Tay releases music video a month after her death was announced. I'm back. I'm exposing everyone for that fake thing you did, because I didn't know who this person was, like many of you. She's an annoying little bratty little kid who's being pushed out there by her unresponsible parents and older brother, who are using her for this success here. She's 14 years old and they're sexualizing her in this video. Like this is her being sexualized, right?
I'm just looking through ya. You see mama.
This is a 14-year-old girl, right? So she's being run by her parents and her brother, and they faked her death so she'd get more attention, right? Just creepy. Remember, rapper and influencer Lil Tay dead at 14 in a sudden tragic passing. Family. It turns out to be fake, and her brother was supposed to be dead too, and that was fake. And one of my viewers sent me this yesterday. I didn't know what it was about, but now it makes more sense because she released this song.
The Ghoul is back. 5 years, and I'm still the youngest one out. 5 years, and y'all bitches are still broke. So don't take it out on me. What the f*** are y'all coming at me for?
Potty mouth, potty mouth.
Y'all hating ass bitches were hating on me when I was 9 years old, talking all this shit when you don't fucking know me. So stop fucking talking. You did not come up. You had 5 years to come up, and you didn't. So don't blame 5 years.
So yeah, she's a real prize. He just sent me this. The Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce romance is fake. You know it is. So what? Let's enjoy it. Why? How are you going to enjoy this thing? They're both really annoying people. Travis Kelce is dumb and obnoxious. Taylor Swift is slightly smarter, but she's more of a victim and bratty and pretentious. They're just unlikable people. And so why are you going to enjoy this fake relationship that they're just taking up your time and interfering and getting involved in football games that she has no place to be being a part of? And so somebody sent me this this image, right? She literally put him on the map. Here's another one. I guess this is whatever. I mean, in terms of celebrities, and people worship celebrities, but people who like sports know who he is, and maybe not so much who she is. I mean, I think everyone knows who she is because, she sucks. All right. So it's Tuesday the 2nd or Monday the 2nd of October. So this just came in. Taylor Swift shares for Travis Kelce as Chiefs Jets game with Ryan Reynolds. Here's a picture of them. Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Blake Lively, and somewhere down there is Sophie Turner. There she is with her ghoul hole screaming. And there they are all together there. Her and her celebrity crew. Of course, Hugh Jackman and this dude are promoting a movie, the release of Deadpool 4. And so this is a publicity stunt, right? Like you guys see, this is with the mom who has another son who played football. She watched the Eagles game and then flew into New York to watch her other son play. The Kelces, there's Blake Lively, the model or actress or whatever she is. There's Taylor Swift making a heart because she's so loving. And there's this superficial piece of crap here on the field. Flirty comment Taylor Swift made after Travis Kelce after Chiefs win revealed. Look at him, is what she said. And then Valerie Bertinelli defends Taylor Swift and Travis romance. Not a PR move, right?
Can all of you negative Nellies just stop? Just stop. Let the rest of us enjoy watching two successful, funny, talented, incredibly gorgeous human beings. Let us enjoy watching.
Wait, funny? Taylor Swift is... I've never heard Taylor Swift be funny. She's not funny. And Travis Kelce's like a dope and obnoxious, and I've never seen him be funny. In fact, he's very unlikable. He had this show, a reality dating show, trapping Kelce or getting Kelce or something. I don't know. Don't tell me, don't care, don't need to know. But it was early on in his career. It was him in like a bachelor type setting, like the Bachelor show, and like 50 women, some kind of thing like that. Like I saw a brief moment of it, then someone mentioned it and I remembered it. So he was on this reality show when like a bachelor they set up just for him. And he has been somebody who's, just out there as wanting to be more of a celebrity. He was in a TV show, a comedy show where it was like a fake, they set up like a fake simulation of landing on Mars, living on Mars in Arizona. And he was in the first episode. I mean, someone who wants to be more famous than he is, clearly. Like he's one of those guys. And there was this commercial that, there was a Pfizer commercial that they showed multiple times in both games with her in it. So this is tied to that, right? Like that he made that commercial and then all of a sudden he's dating Taylor Swift. It was like, those two things happened on the same day, basically. And so they're annoying, sucky people. And you're enjoying this? Why are you enjoying this, right? You're enjoying her fake smile and her fake cheers. And, then you're going to be enjoying the song she makes about what an asshole he is later on, right? Okay, so I'm in the editing process, and I missed the first line because when I have to tape these things, I have to do it where the volume is low. And then when I go to edit, I hear it louder, but I still didn't get the first word. I thought she was saying, can all you negative families just stop? But what she did say was, can all you negative Nellies just stop? And we're negative Nellies. And this is the war cry of the sheeple. Can all you negative conspiracy theorists and negative Nellies just stop and let us enjoy this fake thing that's so obviously fake, but we're so dead inside that we need something like this? And can you just not tell me it's fake? Because, I need something in my life right now. I want to go over there and gorge on a half dozen Twinkies and, make me sad and cry, and I'll come out here and I'll have to be depressed and put up with all the comments and people telling me to lose weight and all that stuff. And so can you negative Nellies just allow me to have this thing don't tell me about this thing. I don't want to hear it. Blah, 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 blah. Putting her fingers in her ears. And, like, can all you negative Nellies? What about you negative Nellies? Stop it, you negative Nelly. You big negative Nelly. I got a comment. I think it was from the person I made a comment on my other video about, right? It says, come on, Paul. Come on, Paul. Your cynicism doesn't help anything. I'm holding you, your family, all creator in the highest light. That last part is a way to be superior, right? Oh, you're cynical and you're just not helping it at all, you negative Nelly. But I'm above that, and I'm gonna hold you in light with the Creator because I'm so spiritually evolved, and you're a negative Nelly. You're a negative Nelly. Stop being a negative Nelly.
I'm fall in love, okay? Oh, but she was too loud at the game. It's a game. It's a football game. They're exciting. They're very thrilling. Oh, it's PR move. Shut up. Shut up. And don't take sneaky pictures and sell them. Be respectful.
Like, she is completely ghouled out. She's gone crazy. We've seen her weep before. Every time she, once in a while she gets sad about her weight, and she loses it.
Let the rest of us respectfully enjoy this love story.
You're calling this a love story? The reason why it's a publicity stunt is because they're doing it for publicity. They could do it in a way where she isn't being featured on TV. The cameras are always cutting away to her to make a big deal. The NFL's making a big deal about it. And Travis Kelce's making a big deal out of it. They're making a show of it. They're going out of their way to make sure their camera's where they're going, and they're doing this as a publicity move. Sophie Turner was also with Taylor Swift, who's going through her own publicity divorce, right, where they're making the divorce very public. These are publicity stunts because they're publicity stunts. They're getting publicity. They're marketing this thing. They do it all the time. And, I mean, look at this poor sad Ghoul. Like, she's left relegated to thinking this is something worth pursuing and watching, right? Like, this is, something where she's got nothing in her life, everything's planned. They have publicists. So when they're going out in public, their image and their brand and their publicists and whatever they're marketing, and, he's marketing for Pfizer. So that's a part of this. And Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are going through a divorce. You know how I know? Because every day I look at page 6, there's 6 articles on it. I mean, they're really publicizing that divorce, and her going out with Taylor Swift being there at the game with her, and they went to a restaurant. There's all kinds of things going on like that, right? Where they're showing support, they're making statements about supporting the woman and feminism and all these things, right? There was a thing on Ari Mibla on MSNBC was slathering all over Taylor Swift and the Swifties and talking about them being a political force. I covered it on my other video yesterday. It's hilarious. The whole thing is just ridiculous, right? It's completely staged. And, calling me cynical. And I guess that, I'm not bummed by that. Like, I'm not saying that doesn't exist. But any kind of cynicism I have is here for a reason. I just got done for a 5-hour video on the Journey series, and there's a big gathering for Heartfulness, and the Dodgies completely imploded this system. The people that have allowed him to do it, the people who have allowed this guy to come in and crap all over somebody in the previous master had helped all these people, me included. We all owe him a debt of gratitude, and the way they just caved, and just the way that this thing has been degraded, and all the other things I see on a daily basis, humanity is not doing well, right? And one of these things with that little Tay thing, I mean, that's just gross. Like, it's nauseating what her parents are doing, and this bragging, these rappers go and tell you how great they are and how much money they have. And, anybody who is famous and is into it and is getting validated, like most people think they're a piece of crap, right? They think they're a piece of boop. Deep down, people feel that way about themselves for a variety of reasons, because we're living unnatural lives, because we've caved to our egos. We're going away from our soul's path. We're disconnected from God. We're selfish, entitled, competitive, all these negative things because of our system, and we've gone along with it, right? Like, we don't feel good about ourselves. People just don't. For right reasons, for truthful reasons. And, your self-esteem and whatever that is, and that's ego esteem, right? Self-esteem would be about your soul. But people's egos take a beating their whole lives. And one of the ways people think they can validate themselves and not feel like they're a piece of crap is to become famous and bring more people into it. But what happens is when you become famous, you have fans, but you also have haters. So it just gets magnified. And so all the critics you've had your whole life gets magnified. And the fans are goofy. The fans don't know you, right? The fans don't know anything about you. Like, the fans don't love you, right? I'm going to talk about this on the beginning of my other video tomorrow on my other channel. I've had probably 1 million people come to my channel. And 900,000 and some amount, 950,000 of them have basically said, yeah, I don't want to listen to you, right? And, that's okay. Like, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I don't want to listen to that. I'm going to talk about this on my other channel. But, it doesn't make things better bringing more people in. If you feel like a piece of crap, having everyone else in the world tell you you're not isn't going to make a difference. You got to feel good about yourself, as a person. And having wealth and fame and all this publicity stuff and all this fake stage stuff and, pretending and smiling and hugging people while you're on camera and being a complete prima donna when you're not, like all these celebrities pretending to, that you care about the environment or some political issue when you're just a self-serving, ghoulish vampire that's sucking energy off of the fans and living a failed life. Power, money, and fame do not make you feel better. They're not a worthy goal. And they usually just make things worse because it gets magnified. The more people you bring in, the more magnified it gets. And you can't, there's not too many situations where you say more people would make something better, right? Especially the way the people are now. Bringing in more doesn't make something better. And all these fake staged Hollywood relationships, they're so manipulative and icky. And you're willing to sell yourself out like something that should be like sacred to you, your love relationships. And Taylor Swift, like, she always dates famous people. And there's always this element of this thing, right? And it's always, out in the public, and they're always, whatever it is. I mean, she's kind of dudeish. I don't know what's going on there with the whole thing. Doesn't really matter. But it's uninteresting, right? Like, it's so fake. And like the NFL is flashing up to her box. She said these secure locations. Or at least she had the box at the first game. And they keep on showing her and her friends, all these things. I mean, they're just like trying to build their brand, and it cheapens the whole thing, right? It makes the whole thing look fake. Because you're willing to fake this and play along with it and talk about this thing like it's real. And it made it into the news, that the MSNBC report, they're covering this like this is newsworthy, and it's completely fake. And, if this is, you're willing to prostitute yourself and cover this fake news, then what fake news aren't you willing to cover, right? Are you willing to fix the games then? If you're making this into purely fake entertainment, well then, are the games completely rigged? Because if you're willing to do this with Taylor Swift, the behavior is the same. And so you just end up punking yourself, hoeing yourself out, right? I mean, this is what Travis Kelce's doing. This is what Taylor Swift is doing. You don't stand for anything. If you're willing to, bring your romantic love relationship and prostitute that, right? And sell that. Like, what do you have for yourself? Like, what do you have, for yourself? Like, in terms of, that's not out there in front of the fans. They're just a bad personality and a narcissistic, ever expanding, cancerous ego. Like, what do you have? Like, what do you have that is sacred to you? But anyways, I'm going to try to continue these videos daily, like I said. I should be able to put out something tomorrow, maybe shorter, like I said, shorter videos here, daily basis, 5, 6 a week. And then, longer videos on my other channel every other day. Only spirituality will save this world. It's Paul Romano, definitely reporting from the apocalypse and the ascension. And we'll have a blessed day and be grateful.